Good morning, everybody. It looks like my camera is frozen. All right. Well, anyway, thank you so much for being here. This is Sunday Morning Coffee with Keto Simple. My name is Dustin, and I am so thankful that you are here. Let me see what I can make this do what I want it to do. I don't understand what's going on with this camera here. There we go. Is that going to be better? That's better. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Anyway, thank you all so very much for being here. Today we're going to be talking about learning to trust yourself. And I can trust that something's probably going to go wrong every week. Technology, how we love it, how we need it, how it always goes awry when it should not. But anyway, don't forget your coffee. I have mine. Ugh, it's froze again. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My camera is being not so good. Anyway, this is the way things go. Ugh. Let me see what I can do. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now let me know if you can hear me, see me, what's going on. Ugh. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Am I still here? I've had issues with this before. They are charging enough for this service that they should not have these issues, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Perfect. Okay. Let me go back to the start. I want to say thank you to everybody that's here. My sincere apologies for the technical difficulties this morning. Woo! A lot of you here. You guys are chatting, having a good time. Evelyn is here. Thank you for being here. United Carnivore, wonderful to see you. Matt Franklin. Woo! Bonita is here. John Gugahan, my friend John. You said rough week. First on Tuesday, someone stole my $1,800 e-bike, and then on Thursday, while riding my backup bike to work, I was hit by a pickup truck while crossing an intersection. I think it's time to consider taking an Uber. Whew. That's rough, my friend. That is rough. That's ridiculously rough, and I apologize so much. And I know it's not my fault. I didn't hit you with a truck. But it's just one of those things, right? Oh, my goodness. Andy is here. Good morning, Andy. Scott's here. Good morning, Scott. He said, good morning for Mobile Deer Stand, a.k.a. my truck. Well, happy hunting, my friend. Victor is here. Good morning, Victor. Southern Keto. Tonight. Whoa! Myself, Victor, and Chris from Chris Cook in Nashville are going live tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have a good time. We're going to be talking about our community, ourselves, bringing everybody together. It's going to be amazing. I shouldn't say that. It's gonna be adequate. You're gonna get your money's worth. Right? I'm so sorry to hear about that, John. It's ridiculous. I hope you weren't hurt too bad. Hope you weren't hurt at all, to be honest with you. Wake up, world. I've got my coffee. What about you? John says, I hurt my ankle, not broken, and bruised my rib cage and big bruise on my bum. Thank God, though, because I truly could have been so much worse. That's ridiculous. That they weren't paying attention, everything, but it is good that you are on the mend. You weren't hurt too bad. Truly, truly thankful for that. Sean is here. Good morning, Sean. Thank you, my best friend, for being here. Amy. Good morning, Amy. Rick is here. Good morning, Rick. The Duck Man himself. The Duck Man himself. Andy's still in bed. Well, you know what? It's Sunday, and you're going to do what you do. Everybody's saying hello to each other. And he said he's enjoying his second large cup of coffee, a Colombian pod with a cinnamon vanilla pod with some coffee cake flavored nut pie creamer. Woo! Hungry Heath is in the house. Why are you making us wait? Well, I had to restart the internet because when I figured, you know what? I don't want to have internet issues today, so I'll restart the internet to come on to have camera issues. And I just restarted the computer. I was talking with Sarah. Sarah just got a new MacBook the other day, and I was telling her in a Facebook thing, I have so much issues with my computer making everything run together that I run an Elgato camera, Elgato Stream Deck. I'm running a Rodecaster Pro 2. I've got the Rode mic. Camera froze again, and everything seems to work unless it doesn't. So it's very irritating because, I paid money for all this stuff, and I pay money a month for StreamYard, and I try to make everything work, and it just irritating. And hopefully we'll be back in business here for a second, but that's whatever. Anyway, Annie is in the house. Good morning. First Sunday morning coffee live. Well, thank you, Amy. Thank you for being here. I think I said Annie at first. Amy, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you for being here. All right, everybody says, I see you. I'm not usually up for the start of your Sunday live, but when it's deer season, I've already been up for almost 2 hours. Oh, yes. Welcome to the group, Amy. Coffee activated. Carl's in the house. Yes, we're talking about technical difficulties, and I think they're going to be a thing that happens for the rest of the day for some weird reason. I do not know what's going on here, but we'll just now you can't even hear me. I don't even know what's going on. Okay, I'm trying to make everything work better here, ladies and gentlemen. Whoo! Let's see if I can make this work again. All right. Anyway, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. And it's frozen already. I cannot win today. Okay, yeah, we can hear me, you can see me, but you can't see me, then you can hear me, then you can't hear me, then you can see me, then you can't see me. You know what? Oh my goodness gracious. Cindy is here. I'm going to blame her for all of this. Sharon Holloway is here. Good morning. Yeah, Sarah Joy is loving her new MacBook. She's just getting used to the new tech. It's great that all of her devices now work together. I wish mine were friends, but mine are not friends. This is really irritating to me. Oh, let's see. I'm here, sort of, kinda. Internet's fine. Internet's good. It's just, you can hear me, but you can't see me. Yeah, I'm working on this, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what I can do. Okay. It's going to be touch and go. We're going to have some technical difficulties throughout the stream. Please stand by. Please be aware that, technically things or whatever, you know what I mean. Shelly King is in the house. Yes. I'm on a call today, or I'm on call today. Good times. Well, I'm glad you were here. And Cindy says, too much tech. Just use your phone or a PC. I've got a laptop. Okay. I have a laptop. Okay. So here's the deal. I have a laptop. I have a camera. I have a microphone. I have what you're supposed to have to make this look professional because I'm trying to pretend to be a professional. Look at this. Chris Moggenson gifted 20 keto memberships. Are you crazy today? Look at this. 20 memberships gifted. I'm so excited for all of you who have been gifted these wonderful memberships now. If only my technical difficulties were not doing what they're doing. If only my technical difficulties were. Yep, technical difficulties over and over and over again. Oh. Thank you, Chris. I really do appreciate that. Having technical difficulties today with the camera. Okay. Seems like it's going to be what it is for a little while. We're going to have technical difficulties for the rest of the day. So maybe I'll cut it short and restart it in a little while. We'll see how this goes. But yes, thank you so much, Chris. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me. I hope you guys can hear me, see me now. This is ridiculous. Oh. And you would think that StreamYard, well, this has got to be my setup because whenever I join a Zoom call during the week to talk to a friend of mine, then I have all kinds of issues throughout the rest of the week with this stuff. Oh, it's not a lot of fun. So I'm going to take a second here and enjoy this coffee. We're 15 minutes in. Well more than my share of some my share of issues here today. Frozen, frozen, frozen. What are we to do? Oh, let's see. Oh, my goodness gracious. You know how it goes. If it can go wrong, it will, right? If it can go wrong, it will. And so far today, that's all it's wanted to do is go wrong. Oh. So, let's see what's going on here. Jeff Foltz is in the house. Good morning, Jeff. Thank you so much for being here. Looks like Charlie might be here because someone said hello to Charlie with everything going on. I didn't notice or see, and I apologize about that. This is not how I wanted today to go, everybody. Amy says, well, and my OBS laptop is also my work from home laptop, and I do the Zoom calls, etc. So I have a whole other dynamic. I deal with streaming stuff, and I need two computers. Oh my goodness. My computer I just got in just 2 years ago. It's a decent computer. It runs Resolve very well. It's all, this is really really frustrating because I'm trying to get it to work with other browsers and it's not working. So, can we just keep starting over? This is what we're going to do. Mostly ear hustling, Cindy says that it's not my fault since the wrong started before I got out of bed. So there. You know what? Oh. Dustin to Play is here. Good morning. Thank you for being here. It's one of those things. Yes, Amy is going live tonight at 7 p.m. She's going to butt right up against us tonight with Chris and Victor tonight going live. Oh, my goodness gracious. This is going to be frustrating for the rest of the day. Oh, let's see. Isn't it delightful? Let me know. Let me know in the comments how you love this, Just start talking with a sultry voice. He says once what you say is once you bring a new computer home from the store, it's already outdated. My grandma had bought me a new computer back in the day. We went to H Gregg and we got a new, it was a Packard Bell computer, 75 Pentium with, I think, 8 megs of RAM and an 850 megabyte hard drive. And as we were leaving the store, I was like, well, it's already outdated. And she got so mad. But I had to explain to her how computers work. Yeah, so StreamYard, you can do vertical or you can do, it's all in the settings, general settings. You can make it portrait or whatever. But it's set for landscape now. Although, I mean, while I'm live, I can't switch it to portrait. So that's not an issue. You know. So just keep the sound and continue on. We'll miss your beautiful voice, but this works too. You know, I mean, I don't have to stare at the computer. I don't have to stare at the, worry about all that stuff, So anyway, okay. This just shows, what it's like doing live production all by yourself. I do it all by myself, and I'm here, and it's fun. Let's see something here. You know how it goes. Oh my goodness gracious, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, how is everybody doing? Got to get it fixed before tonight. I hope it works tonight because that'll be really irritating for me, And Rick says I listen while I'm working anyway. John, you hang out. You don't go anywhere. But tonight, I mean, we're running off of Chris's, and so it'll be off of his account. So hopefully my my camera will work. I'll make sure to restart my computer 11 times before that starts. Sharon says, computers last me maybe 2 years, but most programs demand higher working conditions. Well, I mean, this computer is still very, very relevant and it runs everything, but for some reason, it's just a lot of the peripherals running together don't like to work together for some reason. I need to maybe go through and reconnect everything and make everything whatever. And I was going to talk to you, Sharon, about possibly if people would be interested doing a run of shirts and hoodies for the May meetup in Indy, leading up to that with some cool stuff going on. I'll have to design a logo for that and all that stuff, but yeah, Andy's telling me to talk about the new stats of sugar-free whipping cream. So the drama continues. So the Walmart that we normally shop on a regular basis, we have 2 Walmarts about equidistant from each other from us. So it, I mean, just depends. Do I want to go one way or the other? But they're about the same distance away. Really, because if I go to the post office in the evening, there's a Walmart much closer. I just go across the street to the Walmart, and that one has basically discontinued carrying the sugar-free whipped cream that Shander likes. And I reached out to Walmart. Yes, they said it's been discontinued. And then I go over to the other Walmart just the other day to find that they had about 14 cans. I would have bought all 14 cans, but 2 cans were just out of reach, and I couldn't. I was squatting down trying to reach down below, and I got 12 cans for her. Andy had got us some cans, and she's supposed to be bringing those. But now with I've got a new job that I start next week, so I don't know my schedule. And I found out about the job like this week or last week rather. And then I was provided the contact information for said job on Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. I called the lady on Thursday. I ended up meeting with her on Friday. Went and did my drop on Friday evening. So basically, within just a few short hours, I had everything done I needed to do. She had taking photos of my driver's license, social security card, birth certificate, all the things that you need for a new job. Running background checks because it is a job that is performed on federal land with the railroad. I will be driving engineers and conductors from one place to another. It doesn't pay the greatest, but it is a flexible position. So I don't think I don't have to work every day if I don't want to, and I can work around Chandra's schedule, the girls' schedule, this YouTube schedule, and I can fit in when I need to. All that stuff. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I was gonna say like the whipped cream is good till like at least the cans that I got the other day are good through May of 2025. So I'm not really worried about them going bad. It's just a matter of getting an opportunity to have you come out, so we can hang out and I can work with editing and stuff with you and show you how to work stuff. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so the thing about it is like stores seem to discontinue anything and everything that Chandra likes. Yes. Hopefully, I don't think that I'll have to take anything. The way she talked is I'll just have to take at least one trip a month. So I imagine if something becomes available, then I just take it if I want to, or if I can, if I have to, because sometimes it could be as much, as little as driving them across town, or as much as driving them to West Virginia and back, or driving them to West Virginia, dropping them off, and then I drive myself back, which would be like a 12-hour drive. You know what I mean? Like it's just could be a long, long process. Yeah. Well, that's the problem is I did try to make some whipped cream for her and with some sucralose in it, and it wasn't the same. She didn't like it, so she'd been going without. So, yeah, we'll work it out this week. Hopefully, Andy. We'll get it taken care of, hopefully. Yeah, so I mean it doesn't pay the greatest. I mean, it's like $15 an hour. And in this economy, that's like minimum wage. So, but I do have a couple of things that I'm looking at. I mean, I'd applied for McDonald's and Walmart and Starbucks, and there's a remote job that for a company down the street from us, that pays like $30 an hour. I'm looking at that, and we'll see if I don't even know much about that job, what it would entail, would I be qualified for it. Um, so we'll see how that works out. Full remote job where I don't have to go anywhere. That sounds a lot better. So we'll see how that all plays out. Um, Matt says, seems like a week to start a new job. Sarah got her job at a resort. It's like 10 minutes from the house instead of the hour commute she was doing before. Yeah, that hour commute's that's just hard. Because once you've worked all day, you got to drive an hour to get to work. Then you got to work all day. Then you're tired from that. Then you got to drive all the way home. Oh, that's just ridiculous. Let's see. You need to get a cream dispensers. I have one and love it. So much easier and tastes 1,000% better. I wish she liked it because I would just whip her up some heavy cream every day. That wouldn't be a big deal. It took 2 minutes. You know. He says a few years ago I looked at similar job but declined it because it would require several overnights out of town. Yeah, I don't know if this will require many overnights because, like they said, like the longest drive I may have would be like here to West Virginia, and it's a 6 hours there and 6 hours back, and it would just be there and back and just 12-hour shift. Now the problem is that does that start at 6 p.m. and I get back home at 6 a.m.? I don't know. Shauna's up and awake. Good morning, Shauna. I'm barely awake as dust in a talking ring. Well, I'm having camera issues and I've been trying to restart the thing and it'll work for a few minutes. So this is just going to be what it is for today. Yes. Amy says, I'm blessed. I work 4 days at home and 1 day in the office at a tech job and my office is 10 minutes away. That thing is like, I get the idea. I hopefully wouldn't have to go in very often if I do that. But this is like driving in the elements, but I'll be driving conductors and engineers and just taking them where they need to go. Hopefully I could listen to podcasts and books on stuff when there's nobody in the car with me if I've got hours of driving by myself. But we'll have to see how that all goes, right? And everyone's saying good morning to each other again. Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness gracious, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Let's take a look. Did we get any new members in here? So it looks like, oh, look this, all those, trying to look through and see who all the new members are. Fun. Yvonne, Liz, Anonymous 42, Nick Weiser is a member now. All thanks to Chris. Moon Blue, Sunny Chronicles, Purple Love and Nona, Dana, Michelle, Robin, Big Belly Bob, Adrian Gledhill, O Lady O, Cora Man, Artemis, and then we knew last night Mark D with a C and Carnivore K are new members from last night. Janet from Another Planet and Angela Courtwright Callow are members. Amazing. I have to go through and add all of you wonderful people in here to say thank you to you wonderful people. Yeah, I just had some liquid sweeteners. I figured that would be easier than the granular ones. Yeah. Coffee pot beeped. Be right back. All right, because coffee is the most important. Oh my goodness. So one thing that I did want to talk about today, let me go ahead and bring some of this stuff up. You can't see me, so it's fine. I mean, it is irritating, but you get that, right? Yeah. I wanted to talk about this company, True Lemon, right? True Citrus, True Lemon, True whatever, right? So we've been using this stuff for a long time, and I talked about it a little bit last night on my impromptu line or impromptu live, right? We've been buying the 500 count boxes of the line. We've gone through about 10 boxes of it. And I wanted to talk about this, and I'll bring it up on the screen. I mean, what else? I mean, I have nothing else going on here, so I can present this stuff to you guys. because you know how it goes. There's no real worry about this right now. So, True Lime here. So, and the ingredients are, simple. So it says zesty, zingy, totally refreshing, and we've got some of the orange ones right now as well. But basically here the ingredients is crystallized lime, citric acid, lime oil, and lime juice. So I'm guessing with the lime oil, there's maltodextrin because if you run the maltodextrin test, that's the iodine test, it turns purple. So I'm guessing it has to be with the lime oil. But why they don't say that there's maltodextrin here is irritating because there is not any natural flavors listed here. So it's just one of those things I thought, and I shouldn't have, you always kind of think that, something you're going based on the ingredients and you have to trust them, right? But I guess you can't. Lindy's here. Good morning, Lindy. Lindy's here. I've heard that cold brew coffee under pressure is amazing. I use allulose and vanilla, place a container, then charge it up. Okay, maybe we'll look at something like that and try one. We'll see how it. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But if we can continue to find it, I'm not going to worry about it. But I don't know. You just never know what's going to. Then if I find something that she does like, then maybe they'll discontinue that as well. Then she'll just be upset even more. But I digress. Anyway, so this is irritating because, like I said, we've been using the lemon, the lime, and we just bought a 500 count thing of the orange. Now the orange has a little bit of sugar in it, which I mean it's orange flavored. It's still sub 1 gram of carbohydrates. I mean the packet's less than 1 gram itself, but the lime is the same, no sugar added. But we really do like these, and it's just irritating again. It's like, and then to see that video yesterday, if you guys caught the video with Dr. Barry talking with Nick Norwitz and Rob Wolf, kind of discussing the whole element controversy, and it seemed to me like they're still kind of, and maybe not gaslighting is the right word, but they're kind of going after like it's only the keto carnivore community who are really concerned with the maltodextrin. Nobody else really cares, as there's like the weightlifting community who would utilize this product, who actually use pounds and pounds of maltodextrin to help bulk themselves up. It's just it's kind of funny because we may be a loud minority in this community, as far as complaining about the maltodextrin. But I mean, for me, again, the maltodextrin was realistically with the 2 videos that I put out just to let people know that it's there. But the more I think about it and the more people respond and the more videos that are made, I think that we're missing the point. And I've gone live about this and talked about this. We're missing the point. The fact that a company has released a product and they are 100x off on an ingredient in their product should be the main focus, and not just the fact that it was maltodextrin. So anyway, are we singing songs now? You put the lime in the coconut and shake it all up. Yeah, now we do. But yeah, it's just frustrating because it seems like once you start digging and you learn something and you start digging, you start looking at ingredients, you keep finding more things. Like when I put the video out about the natural flavors, I put the video out about natural flavors, And then, I started talking, there was a segment in that video about vanillin. And now I find out that they're manufacturing, or at least thinking about manufacturing, a vanillin product out of trash plastic, utilizing E. coli to break it down. You know, sounds fun, right? Chris Cook in Nashville's in the house. Good morning, Chris, Ash, and Mel. I hope you all got some rest last night after your long trip home from Virginia, your show, all the fun things. I'm having technical difficulties today, Chris. Hopefully it's not something to come. But yeah, as you can see, I don't have a camera. My camera is not cooperating with the software this morning. I even restarted my computer before going live and restarted the internet before going live, and still having technical difficulties. It is what it is. So, yes. Carnivore K, good morning, K. K is a new member. Thank you so much. Let's see. Yeah, and Rick's right. I mean, they want us to eat crap. They want us to eat the lowest common denominator foods because it's cheaper. Now, I know that, when we're talking about the vanillin and the plastic and the E. coli, I know we need to do something about the plastic in our oceans. There's a lot of things that need to happen because we're making a mess of the planet. I mean, it's no secret. We are messy. We are just throwing all kinds of nasty stuff all over the place in our oceans, in our rivers, our lakes. We're monocropping our soil to death, whatever, right? So we have to do something, right? But I don't think turning plastic with E. coli into vanilla flavor to put in our food is really, I mean, that doesn't sound like it's the best plan. But what do I know? I'm just a weird guy on the internet. You can't even see today. And that's the thing, is I don't think that people have to lower our living standards to raise theirs. Realistically, if we had more, we would spend more and they would have more. What they say about rising tides raise all ships. And that's what I try to do here with my channel. Is in our community, we have a lot of creators. We have so many great creators here. Cindy and Amy and Sarah, Joy, and everybody in here who have channels. Rick has a channel. And we have obviously larger channels too. We have Victor in here with Southern Keto, and we have Chris Cook in Nashville in here with a big channel. But everybody working together is only going to make channels bigger. So that's why, my channel and my lives and anytime we're doing a live, I'm totally okay with moderators putting and sharing channels and videos and stuff that are, hopefully at least relevant to what we're talking about. But not necessarily just spamming, obviously you don't want to do that, but just coming in and we're talking and we want to make sure that everybody knows that everybody has a channel and we're doing that as we go. I don't mind. I encourage it, because the more people who are following each other, the more people that are out there, the more people we're helping. Because isn't that really what we're here for, is to help? And I was talking on Twitter with a gentleman named Roberto Blake on Twitter. He is a creator who helps creators. So he has courses and does talks and all that stuff, and he makes decent money from YouTube and all of his creation stuff. And we talk about, revenue, and for me, I said, with my channel, community and helping others is primary. Revenue is secondary. Obviously, you want to make something because YouTube costs money, whether it's paying for StreamYard, camera equipment, internet hosting, everything costs money. And the more you can help people, the better you are. Also, when it comes to providing products and services to everybody, I don't just go with anybody that offers. I get emails all the time, and most of them are scammy, and I don't even open them. But I've had opportunities to try out different kinds of candies and sweets and products and things and bring them to you. But if they don't have value, if they don't bring value to me, I know they're not going to bring value to you. And I do try to share fun things on my community tab from Amazon that I see that I think are kind of fun or cool. So I try to share that kind of stuff with you guys. But as far as like products like Keto Chow and Salty and such, I truly feel they bring a value to a majority of you guys. Now, not everybody's gonna like Salty, not everybody's gonna like Keto Chow. I even work with Pork and Good pork rinds, and they had a big sale last week where they had like some of their sweet ones on sale for a ridiculously low price. And I shared that out, and I know that that's not going to be for everybody not for everybody that watches, but for some of you, you can make it fit and it works for you. And I understand that that's not for everybody, but I still thought it was a really good value. Shannon and I put it together and I looked at it. I could have got 100 bags. I could have got 100 bags of their pork rinds, the apple cinnamon pork rinds, 100 bags for like $150. That's crazy. We obviously didn't do that, but still, you know. Yeah, we should get the aliens in the ocean to clean it up. I mean, they're probably not going to. If they would have, they were going to, they would have already. Productive people eliminate the need for parasite class. We buy their overpriced stuff. Yeah, I mean, the thing is the more money that we have, the more disposable income that people have, the more money they can spend on things like taking their grandkids to Disney or taking their grandkids to see Taylor Swift. you see a theme there, right? But anyway, you're welcome, Amy. I mean, that's what we do here. We help, and if we're not helping, what are we doing? Selling meats to lower meat lower than duck food. Why would anyone buy duck food? I don't know. Because it's delicious sometimes. You know what I mean? We do things that aren't good for us. I mean, even for the last 100 years, we've had soda. I mean, soda was an every once in a while thing, and it wasn't a problem. People smoked. People drink caffeine. People do nicotine. They do whatever. They do a lot of things that aren't good for us. But anyway, Matt says, I love the variety of the keto channels, each a little different, but all share the same message, make a great community. And that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. And, and we love you, Lindy, that's just what we need to do. And I don't want to do it any other way. I don't want to do this by myself. I don't want to be in a vacuum. I don't want to be, I don't want to get to a point where I'm so big that I don't promote any other channels because you can't look at this as a famine. This is not a famine mentality. We're all here. Right. And Chris is like, I only try to share products that I use and love and would totally recommend. That's my thing is, I didn't work with Keto Chow at first. I had tried their product and didn't care for it much. I mean, like the initial flavors that we tried, I think we tried like the vanilla, the initial original vanilla, I didn't think was very good. The vanilla cream is much better. The birthday cake came out and I really liked that. And like kind of when birthday cake came out and I really liked that flavor, I decided to start working with them as an affiliate because they had put out a product that was really good and I liked it. And then Salty comes along and I find a lot of value with Salty, obvious. And so they're also a company that I can stand behind, and I know they're going to do the right thing where absolute possible. And I know companies have to do what companies do sometimes, but I don't think they've had to make any compromises as of me working with them. But Becky's in the house. Good morning, Becky. And if I missed anybody with everything going on, I truly apologize. Um, have a great day, Amy. Be safe. Have a good time. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, we'll see you at 7 p.m. Let's see. And Rick says, Dustin actively participates in other channels. We should all do that. I do the best I can. The problem, though, is there's so many. And I can't hit them all. But I do actively try to go in as many as I can or go on the lives if I'm invited. Drop in, at least say hi. I've been going into Cindy's lives on Wednesdays and Wednesdays and Fridays, and Heath's lives on Friday, and I try to catch the later Sunday afternoon ones. Sometimes I'm out shopping and I may not be able to do that. It's just, there's a live, like 2 or 3 lives at any given moment during the weeknights. And I try to make as many as I can. Sometimes I'll drop in for one and drop into 3 or 4 within a few minutes just to say hello. Just to say, hey, I see you. You're doing a live. Hello, And I think that's one of the big things that I'm excited about with working with Victor and Chris is I think we all have the same vision with what we want to accomplish with this monthly live, where it's about community, it's about helping others, it's about spreading a message of compassion and eliminating the dogma out of it. Now, we have to understand that everybody's a little bit different. Everybody, there's going to be people that truly, truly need to do line diet for a while. There's people who, paleo is going to be exactly what they need. And they thrive on paleo and they're fine. Then you have people like Thomas DeLauer and Santino or whatever his name is, who are putting fruit back in their diets and whatever, right? But those people are, they're outliers. You take a look at someone like Thomas DeLauer. He used to be a big guy. You can see it. He talks about it. He's shown photos. And he's gotten to the point now where he is basically about as peak physical as you can get as a normal human who isn't working out 12 hours a day. And if he's adding in, fruit to his diet on top of carnivore and whatever, who am I to tell him he's doing the wrong thing? Same thing with Andrew Santino or what? Not Andrew Santino. He's a comedian. Paul Saldano or whatever his name is, the surfer guy who surfs and eats fruit and lives who knows where. And he's like walking through the grocery store telling you why you shouldn't buy the Costco rotisserie chicken. Well, that's cool for you, but that chicken's $5 and it'll feed me for 2 days. I'll take a little bit of seasoning that's probably not the best for me for eating for 2 days on $5. Times are rough. We know you love Keto Chow, Cindy. You have like the biggest supply that I probably know of, but we love you anyway, right? Yeah. Victor says, that he didn't like early Keto Chow either. And like I said, it was just having to find the flavor that we tried multiple flavors until we found some that we liked. Then once we found flavors that we liked, and then they keep releasing flavors that we like. The peppermint's fantastic. Butterscotch is probably one of my all-time favorite flavors, and I like drinking it hot. That's a good, kind of calm down at night drink. It's like if I'm wanting coffee at night, I can have a butterscotch Keto Chow that's hot, and then I can just kind of calm down, relax, and it kind of fills me up a little bit. And then, I'm not putting something else in my body that I don't need. you know. And Chris says, I was just okay with Keto Chow at first, but I also noticed my taste change and now I like it a lot more, even though I rarely have it. Ash loves it. It's a great convenient treat. Yeah, I mean, like I just like it at night sometimes, or just mix it up and have it, and like, like it's like chocolate milk. Yeah, I'm having issues with my camera. I don't know what's going on. I'm having technical difficulties. It's been something going on since the beginning of the live, and oh yeah, it's fun. Yeah. I tried restarting things over and over again and making it work, but it just kept freezing up. So this is what we're going to do for today. And Cindy's right. I mean, it is impossible to catch all the lives. Watching replays helps a lot as well. Commenting on videos helps. And sometimes I'll put a video on and just kind of doze off. I'll try to put videos on at night while I'm asleep for you guys. Just trying to get people the hours they need. I mean, if you're a small channel, that goes a long way. You know, And Chris says we have different styles with the same goal, pushing the movement forward. It's helping as many people as possible. It's going to be a blast. I mean, that's the thing is there's so many people who need help. And if you try to make them all do the exact same thing, we're going to fail. But if you can go to everybody and give them a wide array of options, whether it's the dirtiest of keto, living on salami and bologna and hot dogs, and boiled eggs that are like the pre-boiled eggs you can buy at the convenience store. Um, think about like truck drivers. How do they survive? Are they living off of boiled eggs and hot dogs and all of that stuff? I mean, and then they're going to be a lot better off than anything else they were doing. Oh, Cindy, we love you too, Cindy. See, Cindy with $5 super chat. I love Cindy. She's like my bonus mom. I give her a hard time because I care. But thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. But yeah, it's just one of those things like how do we how do we help the most people? We're not going to do that by telling everybody that eating pepper is going to give you whatever, or fighting over pepper or fighting over garlic powder or whatever people do. Infighting within the community isn't going to help anybody. And I understand that we're going to get to the point, we have, somebody like Rick, and I know for the most part, hopefully Rick is joking about everything. I'm not the fact that he eats ducks and iguana tails and such, but is that his whole duck food stuff. And I know but Rick's approach works well for Rick, and there's a lot of people out there that his approach is going to work for, but a lot of people that's not going to be enough for them. And they're going to have to, whether it's dirty keto, regular keto, even vegan keto, vegan, whatever, paleo, carnivore, ketovore. There's a wide array of healthy options that can help a wide variety of people. And we have to be open to that. And we can't get caught up in the minutia and the infighting. And even, somebody just starting out, okay, here's the deal. Like when I first started keto, we just cut the carbs, but we didn't know about maltodextrin. We got rid of margarine, and we did what we could to try to get rid of seed oils, but that wasn't the primary focus in the start. The primary focus was getting away from sugars, grains, starches, just eating meat and vegetables, and then having some salads. And if we had a salad dressing, we didn't really care. It wasn't even in our vocabulary yet. And then I would buy like plain pork rinds, and I was getting like the popcorn flavoring and putting it on my pork rinds. And I had posted about it. And somebody was like, that's got maltodextrin in it. It's bad. And I'm like, what's maltodextrin? you have to learn as you go, and you kind of have to learn to give people grace because they can't necessarily give everything up all at once. You can't. That's like somebody like if say somebody who's a smoker and they want or a smoker and a drinker, and you want them to give up both alcohol and smoking at the same time, they're probably not going to be able to do that physically. That's a lot of stress on the body. It's a lot of stress on them mentally, physically. Or the same thing, like if somebody has been eating the standard American diet and eating Oreos every day and ramen noodles and frozen pizzas and mac and cheese, that was us. That's how we lived. And that's difficult to just give all that up. Now, we did, and we switched over to having hamburgers and making, cauliflower and broccoli, and we started making the fathead dough and eating all the things, the replacements, and we were doing everything we could to make sure we were successful, but we still weren't doing everything right. But that takes time, and even 8, 9 years in, we're still not doing everything right. We're still finding products that we've been using this whole time that aren't what we thought they were. So with like the true lime and the true lemon and the true orange, we're finding out that there's maltodextrin in it, and we've been using it almost the entire time. Like I said, we've gone through about 10 500 count boxes of true lime over the years. We've had it on subscription forever, and it just comes every 6 months because it takes about 6 months to get through about 500 packets. 3 to 4 packets in a 30-ounce thing that Chandler takes to work. Toss some of that into a water glass. It kind of breaks it up, makes the water a little more palatable. That's what it is. Yeah, Paul Saldino, that's his name. I can never remember his name. He's irritating to me, and I don't say that to be mean, but I understand where he's coming from, but I also think that sometimes people like Paul Saldino or the other guy I was talking about, they lose track that they're talking to people and saying, well, you can do this and you can do this, but they're also talking to people who are coming to them who need help from where they once were and not where they are now, to where you need, somebody's coming to you and they're a beginner and eating 3 pounds of fruit in a day isn't going to be beneficial to them like it is to you because you surf 6 hours a day and you're in peak physical performance and your body is handling everything you throw at it just fine. That's kind of my issue with that. But anyway. Yeah, we're talking about having our coffee with Keto Chow in the morning and hot eggnog. Paul Saldino just got picked to be in the new administration. And that's one of those things, like, I think that's great. We need people like, RFK Jr. and such. But the downside to some of those things are people look at someone like RFK Jr. who don't know what he's talking about and think he's a kook. So people think he's crazy or whatever. And I think that there's probably some things that he says that aren't the best. Is he the best person that we could probably hope for right now? Probably. But there's just so much of weird stuff going on with what's going on right now. And it seems to be a lot of showmanship. And hopefully we get some really good results out of what's going on. And we actually see some meaningful change. But I never take anything in face value. I never take the fact that they're putting people in to these positions to mean that it's actually going to lead to meaningful change. I'm skeptical. Call me what you will. Yes. Hot butterscotch? Oh, it's delicious. Shell just made caramel macchiato butter bites for coffee. Those are amazing. Those sound good. I've never actually made butter bites. Yeah, the chocolate salty yoo-hoo from time to time that makes me a happy man. Yeah. My niece came in and set up my what I can reach space with a big bin of Keto Chow singles on my bed inventory. Yes, I love that. The orange zesty hot is yummy reminds me of mom making hot tang when I was sick as a kid. My mom always made us hot. She always made us hot Jello water. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. Like basically making Jello, but not putting it in the fridge and just drinking it as a drink. My mom made that when we weren't feeling good. So I mean, did it help? I don't know. I mean, it was good. It tastes good. I don't know if it actually made any difference. So Amy's asking, how do you make Keto Chow hot? So how I make Keto Chow hot is how I make any Keto Chow. So I take my, and it's probably awful for us to do this because of the plastics and everything, but I take the Keto Chow. I have a bunch of Keto Chow blender bottles, and I fill it up with water and the butter that I'm going to use, and I put that in the microwave without the little ball in it, without the metal ball. Don't put that in the microwave. But the butter and the water in and get it nice and hot. And then I take my blender and I put my packet in the blender, and then when the microwave goes off, I just pour that in and blend it up for a couple of minutes, and I pour it into the cup, shake it up, let it sit for a couple of minutes, and then I drink it still hot. It's not like scalding hot. It's not like coffee hot. It's more like, a decently warm, because I don't want to mess up my blender either. Because if you pour like super hot liquids in your blender, it can crack the plastic. So yeah, and I don't have a fancy Vitamix with the metal. I don't have like the 2KK metal Vitamix container. I wish I did. Oh man, I wish I had one of those. That would be perfect for Keto Chow, is the metal Vitamix. Man, I wish I had one of those, but I don't have $500 to drop on a Vitamix in the metal container. Yeah, and Chris says, I always say, imagine if we could get the world up to just about 65 to 75% keto carnivore, how much the world would save. I mean, just think how much people would be happier and healthier. We didn't get this way overnight. And we didn't get this way, I don't think, the majority of our problems are from people trying to do the right thing. Now, I don't know is back as far as Ansel Keys. Was he malicious in his, studies and his cherry picking of data? Was he malicious, or was he just truly trying to help people? Was he truly afraid of the rising heart disease? But I think it's strange, because when Ansel Keys was coming around with his 7 country studies or 8 country studies or whatever it is, one of the things that nobody looked at was how many people smoked in the 50s. Like, what, it was at least half the population smoked, right? So I can look that up because you guys can't see me, so it's fine. So this tells me, let's see. In the 1950s, the percentage of people who smoked in the U.S. was high. 45% of Americans smoking cigarettes at their peak in 1954. 1955, 57% of men 18 and older smoked cigarettes. 1966, 51% of men 18 and over smoked cigarettes. Smoking was widely accepted, socially acceptable in the 50s, and it took place in many public spaces. However, smoking rates gradually declined into the 50s. In 1989, it was 30%, 2015, 20%, 2022, 12%. And today, I mean, obviously we know that it's banned, and even Vegas is declining in its ability to smoke, because the first time I went to Vegas, you could basically smoke anywhere and everywhere you wanted to. They had non-smoking sections, but basically the casinos were carte blanche. You just do what you wanted. And now there's like fully smoke-free casinos, and it's kind of coming around, you know? Um, yeah, it's like what Rachel said at KP, all the different types of keto and carnivore need to work together. And I just see a lot of it. It's just, I see so much infighting, even within like the, and not to pick on the carnivore community, but I just tend to see more there. Now, if you go and you look at Facebook groups, you're going to see it in every group you run into, whether it's a Keto Chow group or a 2KK group or just a regular keto group or a ketovore group. You're going to see people nitpicky and judgy of everything. There's not a lot of celebrating. If somebody comes into the group and finds something they think is unique, and they're like, I found this and it's great. And then everybody descends and attacks them because of whatever. It's got the wrong kind of fat. It's got maltodextrin. It's got this. It's got that. It's got the other thing. Now, I think there's a tactful way to kind of go about telling people things like, okay, this may work for now, but you may want to consider the fact that it has XYZ. You want to pay attention. How does that impact you? You know? Yeah. People are talking about all the fun stuff of making the hot keto chow. Be careful, A long haul trucker carries an instant pot in his truck. That's a good thing, but I think you could probably even do better. I mean, that seems to be, it's like, how do you clean that thing though? That's a whole vibe right there. How do you even clean it? Yes, Stacy, you're my bonus grandma. I'm down a grandma, so I need a new one. Yeah, and check back with us and let us know what you think. It means a lot more to go down the path, learn, and then turn around to understand others who don't know rather than tear them down for not knowing what you didn't know before either. Right. Like when I started, we had no idea what a carbohydrate was. And I'm very open and honest about that because in 2016, when we started looking into this whole keto thing, before I found the Two Keto Dudes podcast, Shannon and I went to the grocery store and spent hours combing the aisles, looking and learning to what had carbohydrates and what did not. Because when you're thinking and you've been kind of taught over the years what's healthy, what's not healthy, and you have this idea that low fat, high carbohydrate foods are what's healthy, and then you're like, you need to eat quinoa and you need to eat this, and you find out like kale is probably one of the highest carb cruciferous vegetables there is. I mean, I know there's probably a lot of fiber or whatever with that, but it's like total carbs. Kale's kind of the top of the dog, and it's disgusting. I mean, personally, to me. So I just, I just think that if we can be more open and empathetic to each other, because we're all starting from different places. Some people come into our community, they only need to lose 5 pounds, but they may find out that they've had, inflammation issues over the years and their knees stop hurting. And that's going to be their why they stick around. Or you're going to have people that are 1,000 pounds, 800 pounds, whatever. People that have gone through bariatric surgery and that failed them. And now they're starting over and they have to find a new way because what they were told was going to save them didn't work. I mean, we even have people in our community that have been on TV shows and on game shows about losing weight. And we have just about anybody and everybody in our community from PhDs to MDs to the rest of us. Let's see, gradual steps. That's the thing, baby steps. Now, I mean, when we did start, we went and threw everything out of and our kids were mad. But we got rid of the margarine, we got rid of all the pastas and rice, and we just got rid of everything that we could get rid of. We donated stuff, we threw stuff away. I still feel bad because we did donate the margarine. But, you know, I still feel bad about that. And Sharon says, when most people started, they didn't eat the labeled foods. It's a slippery slope with any product. Let's see. And people who beat others up for not doing things right clearly have never worked in addiction recovery and have no clue how addiction has to be dealt with. It's sad. I mean, even outside of the addiction, it's just like the learning curve itself. You don't go into anything knowing everything. We're not born speaking English. We have to learn it over years. It takes us years. Even explaining English and how to read and write it to our granddaughter makes you realize how fortunate we are to figure it out in the first place. You try to explain the rules, and then as soon as you explain a rule to somebody or you explain a rule to her, then the next word you come across breaks that rule. Oh, those coasters are fantastic. Cindy, I hope you're putting your you and your website in there so people know how to order your coasters and order your cutting boards and all that stuff, because they're awesome. Yeah, and we just need to learn grace with each other because we're all going through something. We didn't get here overnight. Most of us got to where we are thinking we were doing the right thing. Unlearning things is very difficult. The idea that fat is actually good for us, and the fat they told us is bad is actually good, and the fat they said is good is actually bad, it takes a while for people to be able to wrap their brains around that whole thing and kind of come to terms with all of that. It takes a while. So True Lime is basically just crystallized, dehydrated lime juice, or so we were told. Same thing with the orange and the grapefruit. They're just little packets, just a little bit of flavoring to add to water. It's just kind of and I was drinking them at work. We've been drinking them for years, 6, 7, 8 years. So I would keep them at my job and just put them in my water in the morning, my ice water. Just give you a little bit of a flavor. There was no sugar in it or whatever, but I didn't know there was maltodextrin in it because there's no natural flavors. And even when we started, I didn't know anything about maltodextrin anyway. So yeah. Shauna says, dropped my cane yesterday. My client ran over. Can I get it? At least my back's not broken. That is sweet, right? Hungry, he says, some of those influencers are out of touch with how regular folks actually live. Yeah. And I mean, I think you get to a point too where you made so much content, you're also trying to find a way to make new content, relevant content, and they're making content based on what they're doing, but then they just forget that what they're doing isn't really what everybody else is going to do because they're in a kind of an elite spot. And not just money-wise or whatever, but they've got themselves to a point where they're in their physical peak. It's like Goody Beats. Goody Beats is very good about that. And when I watch his content, he talks about working out and going to the gym and living life and, being a dad and navigating all the things that come with that, being a husband, a dad, still finding time to go to the gym to look like he does. Now, granted, I mean, that's kind of like he works with keto or a bio coach, and they make or have made meals, and they make the meters to check your glucose and all that stuff. Um, and you can even check your A1C with one of their meters. So he's does a good job of maintaining the understanding that not everybody is where he is. And he does coaching and stuff too, so I think that kind of helps keep him grounded a little bit as well. Yeah, RFK, yeah, he's a definite step in the right direction. I just think that there's so much division that it's hard. People are going to not take what he says seriously because they think he's a kook. Even if we agree with what he says, and there may be things he says that we don't necessarily agree with, but there's going to be a lot going on coming in the next couple of years, I think, that will be steps in the right direction, and hopefully it's not all reversed later on down the road or whatever. Hopefully we can find a common ground and we can start to actually kind of see our country going in the healthy way again, you know? Lenny says, true, but I'm going to have a bunch of doctors on his team. Dr. Barry, Dr. Baker got nominated. We will just have to wait and see for sure. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting knowing that some of the people in our community are working in this, in that kind of thing, to see how that changes them, if at all. So, we have to make sure that we're staying vigilant with how we behave and how we interact with each other, and we don't pick up any bad habits from those higher up from us that may be influenced in outside ways, kind of thing. Um, and maybe I'm stepping out of line saying that, but I think we have to make sure our community comes first, and we have to, make sure that, yeah. I'm not sure if I know Vinny Prasad or not. I'll have to take a look at that. I bet it coated your tummy hot Jello water. I mean, it was full of sugar. I mean, it was just sugar, sugar, sugar. Dustin said my mom did the same thing with hot Jello water. The doctor suggested it to her. I mean, there's collagen, or basically what we would think of as collagen in it. The gelatin. My great grandmother used to buy me Tang back in the day when it came in the. Well, actually, think back before it was an actual powder. It was more like it was actually freeze dried still. It's still freeze dried and came in the glass containers. I don't think it's freeze dried anymore. If you find it, I think it's more like basically just Kool-Aid now. But when I was a kid in the 80s, my great grandmother would buy me Tang, and I would have it over to her house. Stuff was so good. Tang was cheap and good enough for the astronauts. It was good enough for us, right? Oh. Oh, we know. We know. We were kids. What did we know? Yeah. Vitamin. My Ninja blender is so hard to clean. It's just difficult to clean from making Keto Chow. I think a Vitamix would be a lot easier to clean. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my suggestion for hot is almost melt the butter all the way in water, add it to the blender, and let it run for 10 to 15. Yeah, I don't let it run that long. I usually run it for just about 5 minutes, then pour it into a cup, shake it up for a little bit, and then just kind of sip on it. My blender will heat things up to 135 degrees. My blender doesn't heat anything up. I wish my blender would heat stuff up. That'd be awesome. We love Tang. I think we did a lot. One of the grandma's 3 container staples: Tang, Instant Tea, and Ovaltine. Yeah, Instant Tea is crazy how much malted dextrin. I think it was one of the sugar-free instant tea I saw at Walmart on their website, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds good." Not, obviously, then I look at the ingredients, and the first ingredient, I think even above tea, was was malted dextrin. Let me double check. Yeah. So if you look at this, yeah, the ingredient maltodextrin. I don't know if you can see that. Let me know. Maltodextrin, citric acid, instant tea powder. There is more maltodextrin and citric acid than there is instant tea powder. Then silicon dioxide, sucralose, natural flavors, carrot juice for color. Yeah. 2 grams of carbohydrates, but maltodextrin doesn't count as a carbohydrate, so it's more than that. But yeah, just one of those things. So I think throughout history, Ansel Keys should be compared to. I don't think so. I don't. So, and here's why. I think that Ansel Keys may have done a lot of harm, but I think you have to look at what he was trying to do. He was trying to circumvent the heart disease, what they were looking at as an epidemic. A president had passed. A president had had a heart attack, and they were tasked with trying to prevent future heart attacks. That's now. I mean, he obviously did it in a shady way. He tried to do it to make himself look better, but I still don't think that's a fair comparison. Refill time. Well, I think he left. Yeah, he left out a bunch of countries that didn't fit his hypothesis. And one of the problems too with the Mediterranean at the time that's overlooked by a lot of people is the fact that the Mediterranean at the time where he was there was in restructuring mode from World War II. So yeah, they weren't eating a lot of red meat because they didn't have access to it. It wasn't that they didn't want to eat red meat, but they were trying to rebuild from the devastation of World War II because this is right in the 50s. So we come out of World War II at a 45, and it takes a long time to rebuild stuff. So he was there, and so even with the Mediterranean, we're looking at an incorrect diet for the Mediterranean. Now, he may have single-handedly changed what the Mediterranean diet was because they may not have gone back to red meat. I honestly don't know. So, yeah, I just don't. It's hard for me to take somebody like Ansel Keys and pair them up with someone like the other guy because you are trying to do the right thing. Now, whether or not he realized what he had done was wrong in the end, I don't know. I'm not sure when he passed away. You know, I honestly don't know. But it's just difficult for me to have that whole mindset. Yeah, I've left groups because of that. I just blocked them or whatever, right? Oh yeah, I remember walking to the grocery store and smelling pipe tobacco. People walking through there smoking pipes and stuff, you know. Yeah, and Matt says instead of knocking other people down, we should be lifting each other up to do better and help others. Yeah, because without each other, what are we doing? How do we fix things? Being jerks doesn't fix things. And we see that at play right now. You know, you can have the best of intentions, but if you're a jerk, who's going to listen to you? You know, you can come at me and have the best intentions and make the best arguments or think you have the best arguments, but if you're just nasty about it, I don't care. Yeah, I mean, realistically, that's basically what it comes down to. Heath is when you weren't first went keto, you had to take everything you were taught and just do the exact opposite. And Matt said, Cindy, if you weren't helping others, I, for one, wouldn't be watching your channel. Yeah, and Cindy says bariatric surgery didn't work for her, so I'm so sorry I did it. Yeah, but I mean, you did what you thought you needed to do at the time, and we can't. Hindsight's 2020. Lisa's late. How dare you, Lisa? What? Anyway, we love you. She says we're getting ready for church. Good morning, everyone. Well, good morning. Well, you're here now, and that's all that matters. He says, I really felt guilty when we cleaned out our pantry and gave all the dangerous food to my family. Yeah, at least it was not going to go in the trash, and they were going to eat it. They were going to eat it anyway, whether you gave it to them or not. So, you know. John says, just made a delicious breakfast sandwich, bacon, sauteed onions, sliced tomato on 2 slices of Southern Keto's keto bread, and some Primal Kitchen garlic aioli mayo. So good. Look at that. Look at that shout out. Yes. Yeah. We got a couple of the Halloween ones. We got a set of the Halloween ones and we love them. They're already downstairs with the other Halloween stuff. I would show you, but I don't have them right now. Let me see if I can maybe pull up a picture with my Instagram. Let me see. Yeah, it's all washed out, but this is what they look like. These are the ones that we have from Cindy. These Halloween ones. I love them. They're so cool. The slate. Oh, it just adds to it so much. Yeah, there's links there to everything. Etsy, eBay, my merch, Keto Chow link, Scrummy Sweets. Have a great day, Sharon. Thank you for being here. Horrible stuff in instant tea. How long does it take to steep a tea bag? I don't know. I don't know. 8 p.m. Eastern, so 5 p.m. your time, Shauna. It's going to be on my channel, on Victor's channel, and on Chris's channel. So 3 channels. I'm also having mine go to Twitter as well. I don't know if Southern Keto is going to his Twitter or not. I don't think Chris has a Twitter yet. He probably should get on that. Dustin's asking, do we always? Well, we put iodine in our coffee, so we always have iodine in the house. I buy like 3 little jars of it, or 3 little. Trying to show you with my fingers, like you can see me. I buy the. Here, I'll pull it up real quick. Yeah, this is what we buy. I buy this J. Crow's. We buy the 3-pack or whatever. So we get 6 ounces at a time. They last a good long time. Yeah, at least they aren't hiding it. I don't think they could if they wanted to. He says, "Oh well, I've got a jar of instant tea. Thanks for making me aware that I need to check it." Now, if it's not flavored, it may not be the problem. I don't know if they have unflavored instant tea. We can look that up and see. Let's see. Iced tea unsweetened. This is decaffeinated, so I don't know. It may be different. Decaffeinated instant tea powder maltodextrin. So yes, there's still maltodextrin, probably just because they're probably what they did is just put the tea juice on the maltodextrin. Probably, I don't know. Maybe weird. So strange. Oh, my cameras. I'm having technology issues today. Are you trying to be helpful or are you trying to be a douche? Yes. Yeah, G420 is talking about breaking their 48-hour fast today. How are you doing that? Let me know. Look at this. At least I can be live. That's true. I was having a lot of issues, but at least you can hear me and we can talk. Good morning, staff. Yvonne says, good morning, running late and we'll catch up later. Got a little bit of a sore throat today and I'm sipping on hot bone broth with salt. Happy Sunday. Well, thank you for being here. I wish you feel better. Truly wish you felt better. Sunny Chronicles is in the house. Good morning. You were gifted a membership today. Chris Moggensen gifted 20 memberships out. Let's see. I'm checking out the ingredients in Susan's tea. Have a great day, John. Be safe, my friend. Please. Feel better. I love Twitter. I know a lot of people hate it or whatever, but if you curate it right, it's perfect. I see what I want and don't see what I don't want. And if you're watching over on Twitter, say hi. Come over here. Some say hi on YouTube. Let's have a good time. Yeah, I love Twitter. It's a good way to interact with people. It's a good way to actually interact with people, like for real. Like I interact with great people over there. You can follow just who you want, and I don't know. There's other platforms that are popping up. There's like Blue Sky, that's kind of like a Twitter alternative. There's the Instagram, that's like Instagram has a Twitter alternative, but nobody really seems to want to use that. It's kind of, I don't know, it doesn't seem to work as good as Twitter. I've been on Twitter for so long. I started my Keto Simple Twitter in 2016, shortly after I started keto, and you know, it's good and fun interacting. Lindy, thank you for being here, dear. I'm so glad we got a chance to hang out. Can't have caffeine, causes headaches. Well, that's no fun. But at least finding out what does and does not cause you, caffeine, you know what I mean? That's the thing. Does it get any worse? Decaf instant maltodextrin tea? My English granny rolled over and tossed her in an urn. Oh. It's always a good plan. I will have it fixed by tonight. I restarted my computer and just like so I had a Zoom call earlier this week with a friend of mine, and I was having difficulties trying to get things to work on Zoom. And whenever I have a Zoom call, it typically means that there's issues with StreamYard when I get back and try to use StreamYard. If only everything played and worked well with each other, it would be so much better, but it does not. It's still Twitter. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm hoping it's fixed before tonight as well. Yeah, not a fan of Threads. Threads is just kind of like a Twitter ripoff. And the thing is like I curate my Twitter, so I make my Twitter how to be what I want. So I don't have any issues. I don't have any drama on my Twitter. Then the most drama that I had was stuff that I was tagged in about the element stuff, and I had like Mark Sisson talking to me and telling me that maltodextrin isn't an ingredient; it's a flavor carrier. And I'm like, okay, all right. But actually, talking directly, I'm able to talk directly to people like Rob Wolf and and Dr. Barry and Siobhan Huggins, and able to really dial in and follow and interact with people where you can watch them on YouTube, but you can interact with them very well on Twitter. And if you are very careful in how you curate your own Twitter and only follow people that you truly want to follow, then it's an enjoyable experience. Just like any social media platform. If you go and join tons and tons of Facebook groups and they turn out to be toxic, but you stay instead of leaving them behind, then your Facebook experience is going to be very toxic. So I just how I look at things. Like to me, I see, Threads is just kind of Threads to me seems kind of pompous a little bit. They think, that's the attitude that I see is, oh, we're not Twitter, we're better than Twitter, whatever. To me, really, it's what you get out of it is what you put into it. So I don't have an issue. Let's see. Tomorrow at school was Spirit Day. Drink out of anything but a cup. Any ideas? It makes it difficult for coffee. I don't know. What would you put coffee in, but that's not a cup? I honestly don't know. Sometimes you just want to yell at these programs. Can't we all just get along? Right? And Chris says, I will say YouTube is very hard to actually reach people who are creators. Dustin and Victor and I are rare that we respond so readily to comments. Yeah, I mean, I think fortunately at this point, we're still in a place where when we do lives, we're not so overrun with comments that we can't touch most of them. I think a lot of the bigger creators, as they get bigger, like Dr. Barry, he can't even see all his comments. He's, 5,000 people all trying to vie for his attention. And as always, like tonight, we don't know what the response is going to be like. We know that it's going to be positive, but dealing with the three channels all put together as one, bringing in people who know me, that know Chris, that know Victor, that may not know the other channels. Hopefully we're going to get some nice crossover. And I hope that one thing that I would like to see for those that come into our respective chats, and those who are kind enough to want to do super chats and such, be sure that if you're asking questions, you're making sure you're specifically asking the creator that you want to answer. If you want the entire panel to answer, then let us know that. But I mean, we'll obviously discuss this too when we get started tonight. Like this is our first run. Hopefully it's one of many, one of a lot. I have aspirations for this. I want to do big things with this collaboration. I have a lot of faith in both Chris and Victor that we can have a lot of fun and we can do a lot of good doing it. And I look forward to it. And just know that we may not have the time to reach every comment like we would in a situation like this, where on a Sunday morning I come in here and I know that I can basically touch every comment that comes in. Now I don't read every single one because a lot of them are just back and forth between you fun people. But tonight, it'll be really, we have an agenda planned out, things that we want to talk about and all that stuff. So, look at that. Sonny gifted 5 can't even say my own name. Gifted 5 Keto memberships. Fantastic. Thank you so very much. I'll be more awake tonight. 7 o'clock your time, Heath. 7 Central. Yeah, the huge creators that begin to keep up. Even, like, it's just one of those things, like with like, even like Steve from Serious Keto. I don't understand how, he responds to a lot of comments. And I try to respond to 100% of my comments now. And just, I don't get as many comments, but I do respond to 100% of the comments that I get in my YouTube feed. Sometimes I get them, and sometimes like they go in. If I don't respond to your comment, sometimes comments go into they kind of, what's it called? They go into, I'm going to pull them up here. Where are my comments? Community. They've moved things around. Held. They go into like a held status. Like one just popped up that had been held from last week. I got to remember to check that more. So it was like 7 days ago. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, and Chris says we're gonna have some fun. Hopefully, put some good things in the world to help people. Those two are my brothers in this community, and it's an honor to share with the. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Like, I couldn't ask for better dudes. I mean, realistically, like, it's legitimate. And Lisa Ortega is here. You said held, but I heard hell. Yeah, I mean, like, some comments get held. I don't know why. It could be a random word. I don't know what word in there is. Like, this one is just talking about, like, they missed the meetup, our Friendsgiving, and they thought that they had a good day finding Christmas presents at 3 different bazaars. Also found a sous vide brand new in a box for $5. I don't understand why that was held, but anyway, it was, and I didn't see it for 7 days. So if for some reason you leave a comment and I don't heart it, thumbs up it, reply, I probably don't even see it, because I do my best to keep track of every single comment that you guys leave. Now, over time, that may be harder and harder for me, but I'll do my best as long as I can. Yeah. So 7 p.m. Heath's time, 5 p.m. Shauna's time. And it will be once a month, I think, at least as far as I understand. I mean, now the scheduling is going to depend on tour routing for Chris, things that he's got going on, things that Victor and I have going on, but we'll at least get it one thing. So, yeah. So Shauna, you just joined Blue Sky. I need to join Blue Sky. I need to make sure that I could get my own. Make sure I can get my own name or whatever. You know. I can't figure out how to. I am human. Leave me alone. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Please click on things that live underwater. Oh my goodness gracious. So I'm working on joining Blue Sky. It'll be Keto Simple at Blue Sky. It's basically a new Twitter or whatever, I guess. My brother's here. Yeah, my camera is not doing what it's supposed to do. I've had trouble with it all morning, so we're just talking. You can hear me, but that's about all you get today. It's irritating, but it is what it is, I guess. I gotta find out what Blue Sky, what their thing is. Yeah, working on that, everybody. My brother. It's weird without watching Walrus Mouth drink. Oh, you're a jerk. Are you on your phone, Leak? If you are, you can't tag people. It's irritating that they haven't figured that out yet. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, everybody. Hit the like button. Share with all your friends. I appreciate all of you watching, even though you can't see my weird looking troll face. You know, my weird looking troll face. You guys are all laughing at me now. Fine. The sticker is a pretty close likeness. Yeah, I feel you on that. I'll have to go through and update all the members on the list today. Woo! Yeah, I am weird. I'm very weird, okay? Even I know I'm weird. Sure he is. That's why we like him. Oh. Speaking of stickers, Sean, I need more stickers. I gave almost every single one of them out at KPL. Let me know what I need to do for you to get some. I want some more of like the really heavy duty sticky, like the heavy duty ones like you made me the first run. I really like those because I've got one on my phone and it's lasted and held up, but it's trying to give up the ghost. And I like having it on the back of my phone, and I need to put another sticker on the back of my phone if they're a little smaller, and I need more of the QR codes as well. He is weird. I've known him for 41 years. You're weird too. We're weird together. Brenda, good morning. Normal is the only setting on the dryer, right? Yeah, let me know what best sticker paper to get for you, and then I will get more. And if you'll make me some more stickers, and then maybe I'll start doing some more like maybe do weekly giveaways of stickers. If you guys would like that, if you guys want weekly giveaways, we'll do weekly giveaways of stickers. Maybe on our Tuesday live or on our Sunday live. We'll see what's going on. Yeah, there's no real rush, Shauna. I know you're not feeling great, but I just popped in my head because you mentioned the stickers, and I don't have any. So no rush. I know you don't feel great. But yeah. Yeah, it would be cool. Little giveaway. Giveaway. Little things, just send them out. Just send out little things to you guys every week. Like, I'd like to be able to do like small giveaways every week, maybe, or monthly giveaways or something like that. I've been thinking, and I want to see what you guys think. I've been thinking about doing I've been thinking about upping up, and I basically want to give more of myself to you guys. Um, like more dedicated time to you guys. I'm not sure how to do that yet. So maybe ideas if you guys want to come up with ideas on how I could do that. Doing some different tiers with memberships and such. Maybe doing that. I know I kind of want to do like kind of a quote unquote after dark tier where we can get together and I don't have to worry about monetization or anything like that on YouTube, and we can just basically talk about whatever you guys want to talk about and just have fun and laugh and joke. It doesn't have to be centered around anything in particular. If anybody would be interested in that, but that would definitely be a tier that you knew what you're getting into, or we can talk about whatever we wanted, and it would be, kind of like not adults, not full on adult only, but you know what I mean, like where we could talk and just joke and be whatever we want. I don't know if that's something anybody would be interested in. Just kind of things that I'm thinking about. Just because I want to put myself out there more to you guys and give more of myself to the community, and just if you guys could think on that and think of ways you think that you might benefit from more time with me and how that would benefit you guys and what how I can do that for you guys. I know that I do the two lives on Tuesday and on Sunday, and now a new monthly live with Chris and Victor. But I kind of want to do more, not necessarily one on one, but maybe even doing things where um, smaller lives, smaller group lives with just a few people where we can talk, kind of like maybe small groups or whatever. Just I don't know. Like a metal mania tier where we could just talk metal, you know what I mean? That'd be fun. Um, It would be kind of cool if I could do maybe it would probably be something that I'd have to do over on the other platform, that our platform. I can't say the name of it right now because for whatever reason, YouTube doesn't like hearing that. Um, it's another platform out there where I can do, at least for right now, play clips of music and talk about music. So that'd be something that people would be interested in. Maybe we could do a tier where I do lives over on that platform because I do have that platform up and available to my disposal. That I could do music type stuff if people would be interested in that. Um, I mean, I know that Sean would be, but we'd have to find out if anybody else would want to get together, talk about music. I could play stuff, would play, just talk about stuff. And, I don't know. It's just one of those things I figured I would put out there because I kind of figure just to keep from getting stagnant. And I think that Shander and I are going to be trying to implement more of a structure to our Tuesday live so we can kind of get more information out of her. As she is a nurse and she has so much information. Obviously, no medical advice, nothing like that, but just the ability to have more in-depth discussions, more controlled discussions, I think would be important and valuable to you guys. Because that's what I'm trying to look is how can I bring more value to you? How can I benefit you guys more? So be kind of thinking about that. And if you guys want to reach out to me or and I'll put a community tab post up, kind of saying, where you guys can comment your ideas. Like I said, I'm going to be working a new job, but I am still wanting to make sure that YouTube is still a priority because YouTube truly is my destination. And that's what I would like to be able to do for a living is do YouTube and not have to go. I mean, basically have been doing it for the last like 4 years, but I would like to get to the point where basically YouTube brings me my income, and that would be very beneficial to me, and I think for you guys as well, where I could solely focus on the community and such. Um, but that takes a lot of work on my end, and it does take a lot more support from you guys. So how I can benefit you guys more and how I can interact with you better, how I can provide more meaning and value to you guys as well. So just be thinking about that, what you might be interested in. Um, you know, just let me know because it is important to me. And I know that there are things like the super chat things that we could do. Like that YouTube does give me the ability to put in super chat goals, things like that, and things that I can do for you for super chats, things that you'd like to see. Um, you know, just things that I'm just curious about how I can interact with you guys better, what you would like to see. Julie in the Pine says, "Okay, cool. You're still live. Excellent. I like the idea of having those other live streams. That sounds like a great idea. We could pay per live or just by becoming a member." Well, that's what I'm looking at here. Is I would maybe do some more tiers. Because right now I've just got the 99-cent tier. And then do other then as the tiers go up, then it would be lives for specific tiers. Just depends on what you guys were interested in. And I mean, realistically, if it doesn't bring value to you, then I'm not going to do it. So, I mean, if you think of things that would bring value to you that you would enjoy seeing, then I'm more than willing to do what I can. So, you know, I can, yeah. And I mean, and even I can even make up these, I can even do interactions. So if you wanted to pop on camera or pop on the live with me, I think I can host up to 10 people with StreamYard, and you can be on camera or not, just need a microphone, a phone, and we could all just talk. Doesn't have to be in a chat. We could just talk and it would be private and it wouldn't need to be something that anybody else sees on YouTube or whatever. And I wouldn't need to worry about AdSense and all that stuff. And we could just talk and just converse and have a good time, kind of like a back room, like a KPL back room type thing, like where we could just get together and converse and have a good time, Um, And Chris is saying, like making a living as a YouTuber is rough, but man, it's a blessing and totally worth it. Let's do it. I'm in. I mean, I've been doing this for 4 years and there's nothing about it that I don't like. Even the struggle to try to earn and try to find ways to bring value to, the subscribers and the people who come in and make sure that, if I'm upping, membership tiers, that I'm giving the appropriate or above appropriate, things to you guys, because this is what I want to do. This is what I want to help people. I want to spread this message and I can't do it without you guys. And I want to make sure that if I can't do it without you, you are involved. How do I better serve you guys? So that's really what it comes down to. I mean, coming in here every Sunday and spending 2-3 hours with you guys. I mean, if you guys wanted me to, I would spend 4 or 5 hours. I can do up to 12 hours, I think, on here. But I'd probably need a restroom break. But you know what I mean? Like I would do, even if we got it to where there were different tiers and we could do, weekly chats, monthly chats, whatever you guys wanted to do, what you guys would be up for, we could get and hang out, talk about whatever you wanted, whether it's keto related, carnivore related, just what's going on in your life. You want someone to talk to, you want someone to make sure that you're still doing what you can do to better yourself. You're on the right track. I'm not a coach or anything like that. I don't necessarily want to sell any kind of coaching to anybody, but I have experience at living this lifestyle for 8 years, and that's what I bring to the table, and and I like you guys and we have a good time talking. So yeah, it's just one of those things. I just figure, Sean says, well, that's one benefit about the camera not working. You can have as many restroom breaks as you want. Well, I mean, it would just be kind of quiet. You'd hear the door close. I could always mute and go potty in a cup or something, you know what I mean? But that'd be weird. But, Sean bringing the jokes. Shauna says, I have never been home without leaving this many days in a row before. Wow, these lives have saved me. Well, I'm so glad. You have problems. Do you need lunch? You mean to bring you some lunch today, Leaky? Let me know. Oh, I may need to borrow your freezer. I just need to put some turkeys in it for Thanksgiving. Because you have room in your freezer and we don't. And I want to get a couple of turkeys. So let me know if I can store a couple turkeys in your freezer. Because I want to get them ahead of Thanksgiving. And Shandor wants me to make turkey. Because we only make turkey on Thanksgiving. Because it's not that great, but it's great once a year. It's like all the time it's not that good. But if you have it once a year, that's pretty good. Yeah, how was the show on Friday? Chris said it was really good, but I mean, you can't take his word for it. I guess that's fine. Sean said it was awesome. Ash and Chris are fantastic performers. It was such a great time. We also got to hang out with Jujubee and her husband. Oh, fantastic. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Chris says he's got a special turkey recipe coming out this Thanksgiving, or coming out for Thanksgiving. It'll be a fun one. Yeah. And you guys can all talk about whatever videos you've got coming out if you guys want to. I know Victor's in here, in and around, and the same thing with Chris. Anytime you've got something cool coming out, let us know, any videos or anything you've got coming out. Oh yeah, it was awesome. I was supposed to be 10 to 6:30, but switched to 8 to 4 Have to be in Bedford by 7 o'clock in a 7:37. May try to leave at 3:37. You are ridiculous. Oh, you got in at 7:37. Okay. But that doesn't answer my question if you want me to bring you lunch. If you want me to bring something at noon, I can. Ugh, means I got to leave the house by noon. Ugh. I do need to get turkeys, though. Amazon had turkey sales yesterday. Amazon Fresh legit had some sweet turkey deals. Yeah, look at this. I'm going to bring this up, you guys. I want you guys to see this. And I'll put a, where's my thing here? Let's go. Trying to find my, and I'll put a link in the chat for you guys as well. But check this out. Butterball turkeys off of Amazon Fresh, 12 to 14 pounds, $6. They're 49 cents a pound. You save 75%. That's a killer deal. And I'll put a link to that. I'll put my affiliate link in the description if you guys want to order a turkey. I want to order a couple of turkeys. I just got to I got to do it to where I get it and can put it in your freezer. So let me know when you're available for me to put it in your freezer so I know when to get it delivered. Okay, Leek? But yeah, Butterball turkeys. It's a killer deal. 50 cents a pound. That's a killer deal. And here's my affiliate link. If you want to buy things on Amazon, there you go. Just copy and paste that link or click on that link. And even if you don't buy the turkey, buy something on Amazon, and I get like a couple of pennies. I don't get much money on Amazon, much at all, because it's just such a small amount. My total commission for the last 30 days has been 14 cents. $0.14. This looks like a full turkey, Lisa. So I don't know. This is a 14-pound butterball. Yeah. What? I'm looking at it right now. Well, let me see if it'll let me buy it. Let's see. Maybe everybody bought it. Maybe that's why it's not going to work. Oh, I guess it is out of stock. Man. Womp, womp. Out of stock. I guess it was too good to be true. Even the little ones are out of stock. $4 turkey. Need to make like 4 of those. 8 to 10 pound turkey. Yeah, they're all out of stock. I'm sorry, guys. Ugh. Well, Shauna, thank you for being here. Go take a nap, get some rest, feel better, please. Jerry! Of course, Rick's going to talk about turkey duck. You ever taken a duck and stuffed it inside of a turkey, then wrapped it in bacon? I don't know. Can you do that? All right. Here's something that came across on one of Chris Cook and Nashville's video the other day. Here, let me go ahead and put this up here. I'm going to put this up here just so I can get a nice interaction going with you guys. Let's see. Let's see here. I'm working this out for you guys. There we go. Do you call it dressing or do you call it stuffing? Let me know. You can weigh in. Click on it. Let's know what's going on here. Steph is on her way to church. Yeah, that's my goal. I want to try to. If I can save you guys money, I'll do it. I'll do it all day, every day. Oh man, I have to buy myself a new Dash Mini. So I have 2. Every time I buy a Dash Mini, I buy 2 of them. So if like when like the new ones come out, like if they have like the flat griddles or whatever, right? I buy 2. So I have 2 of the waffles. So I now only have 1 waffle because one of the ones I had fell out of the cabinet and broke apart. So I will do another poll. Should I replace my 1 Dash Mini or should I just go ahead and upgrade to the 4 that I always want to? Bye, Stephanie. Yeah, so yeah, I'm keto simple. I'm working on getting my stuff up there together. You know. So let's see what you guys got here. 4 waffle. I've been wanting it as well. That's what I need to do. I need to get myself a 4 waffle one. Sean says, we have the 4 one. It's really nice if you want to make a lot of chaffles in a short amount of time. Even if you don't, you can still only use 1. I mean, I usually make batches of 12, so it would take me 3 spots instead of 6. Yeah, and I mean, I always had 2 anyway, but now I'm down to 1, so making 12 would take forever, and I don't want to do that. And yeah, I think 4, I can justify that. I can make a video on it too. Like, yeah, look at me. I agree. Get the one that makes 4. Yeah. All right. I grew up calling it both dressing or stuffing, but I voted stuffing. I always just called it stuffing because I remember my great grandparents would call it dressing, but dressing didn't sound as good to me. Like dressing to me was like the stuff that had like mushrooms in it or whatever. And it was always never as good. Like when somebody would make their homemade dressing versus like the box stuffing. Yeah, stuffing for me. Stuffing is the barrel stuff. Stuffing is the best. Yeah. Let's see. I want the one that makes 4, but I won't store it in the same place. Wondering if I have room for it. I don't have room for it, I'm sure. Dressing goes on salad. Can I make you something pizza related for lunch? I will try. I just got a bunch of shredded mozzarella cheese, so I probably have some pepperonis that need to be used, so I'll probably do that for you. Because I'm nice. I am super nice. This looks just like Twitter. I am officially on the blue sky. Let's see. Now, the real question is giblet gravy or no? What's a giblet? The other thing cool about the 4 is you can make like chaffle breadsticks. Those are great. Oh, yeah. I'm not making pizza chaffles. I only have one chaffle maker now, so I'm not doing that. Pepperoni, hold the fuzz, please. Whatever. If the pepperonis are bad, I'll bring them for the dog. You had the French toast maker. I made pizza chaffles yesterday, Evelyn. They were great. Regular chaffles with Italian seasoning and mozzarella cheese and pepperoni. Delicious. Upside down pizza. I do that all the time. I have a couple of low carb tortillas, and I do the upside down pizza. I need to make a video on it. But I make the upside down pizza, put the pepperoni down, then the cheese, then the seasoning, and then I take a little bit of tomato paste and smear it all over the back of a tortilla, and I put that down on top of the cheese, and then I let it cook for a little bit. Then I flip it, and then I get the bottom of the tortilla all nice and crunchy. And then I cut it, and it's like about as close as you're gonna get to a party pizza. So I might make you a couple of those, Leak, if that's what you want, my friend. I use truffles as pizza crust all the time. Yeah. Stalking me on Blue Sky. All right, Leaky, have a good day. I'll see you in a little while. Love you. See you soon, buddy. Let's see. If it's made with giblets, Carl makes the gravy. I bought chicken keto chow to add turkey. Why doesn't keto chow have a turkey gravy? Turkey gravy. That sounds good. The truffle pizza, maybe I'll have that for lunch. Look at this. We're talking about food. Made cottage cheese pizza style or cottage cheese style pizza. Mm-hmm. My weekly video just went up for members, then we'll be up at midnight for everyone else. All right. Hungry Heath followed me. Now I'm following Heath back. I don't know who all's on here. Let's see, what's that called? Yeah. Yeah. Brenda Foley is here. Lisa's asking, how did you make it, Andy? Hmm. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, let's see. Lisa says, sorry to respond, crocheting while listening. Chris says, as a country kid, I love my gravy. I've got about 20 ways to make it. Many in the last few years that are carnivore can't do it without gravy. Yeah, gravy is very important. Like a nice Salisbury, like are you working on a carnivore Salisbury steak recipe? Like a Salisbury steak and gravy recipe, Chris, to go along with your mashed taters? Because that would be super cool. I would love that a lot. Oh, let's see. I did one live stream and I have a full recipe video for it. I've improved my brown gravy technique. Yeah. I really like the Keto Chow mushroom soup made into gravy. It was thick and delicious. That's a good idea. So the other day, and let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing a video of this if I make it again. And it might have been better if I would have taken some keto chow, some chicken keto chow as well. But I only think I have one packet of it left, so I have to be very careful. But I probably could use the mushroom one. I have a couple packets of that stuff left. Um, but I made some chicken thighs the other day, and I put a lot of the seasonings in it that Stacy brought to our meetup, and so I was seasoned very well. So it was a lot of chicken fat and some water, and I took a little bit of heavy cream and some gelatin, some unflavored gelatin, and I put in cauliflower. It was like the similar cauliflower rice stuff. It was the same brand that was in our keto palooza bags, but I buy it anyway. And I took 2 packets of that and I put it in there and I mixed it and let it simmer until it was thick. Well, thicker anyway. But I think if I would have put a packet of the keto chow, it would have thickened up even better. Yeah. So hopefully I can try that again. If anybody's interested in that recipe, so it's kind of like one of those rice recipes, like the core rice recipes or the Knorr or whatever it is. They have both rice and they have the pasta recipe, like the pasta bags or whatever. Yeah, boys and girls. All right. It's just one of those things. Like I got to make sure that when I make a video, that hopefully people will watch it because it takes a lot longer to make a cooking video than it does anything else. Chris talks about that, and it takes him like 40 to 60 hours to make one of his cooking videos. Oh, you hurt yourself? Oh no. It should be beef gelatin. I don't know. I bought a bag of something from a store that I'd have to look at because I can't remember where I bought it from. But I like it. It's just a big bag of gelatin. Well, yeah, I can ask. It says, well, let's see. It doesn't tell me about Knox in general. Let me look and see if I can find. It looks like Knox gelatin is pork, but I'm not sure for sure. But a lot of people seem to think that Knox is made from pork. But I bought some beef. I bought some beef gelatin from the grocery store. I can't remember where I bought it. It was either Kroger or Fresh Time, but I bought 2 bags of it. Yeah, let me see if I'm sure I can probably find an Amazon pork or a beef gelatin. I'm trying to see if I can find the brand that I bought, but I'm not seeing it in here. Some of this stuff is expensive. Good night. It looks like you can get 1 pound beef gelatin. Let's see, gelatin powder doesn't tell. Well, that doesn't tell me if it's beef or not. It just says gelatin powder, unflavored thickening agent. I want specifically beef gelatin. Is porcine gelatin? Is that? Oh, it's got dry glucose syrup in it too. That's no good. Total carbohydrates 3. What? No, nobody wants that. What? 2 pounds for $30. Ugh. $4 ounces for $10. Ugh. This stuff's expensive. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I only got like 8 ounces or whatever that I bought, but come on. Weird. Trying to find a good thing. I create my recipes with beef gelatin because of those who don't eat pork for religious or dietary reasons. Either way, either will work, but I like beef I get online. Now brand is my favorite. Okay. I get the larger tub of Now brand beef gelatin. It's a good price for the amount you get and taste and lasts a long time. Yeah, there was a glucose powder in it. Let me look up Now gelatin. Let's see if it's even on Amazon. That's capsule form. I need gel powder. Let's see. Let's see. Here is the now beef. This is $30, but you're getting 2 pounds. So it's $27.80 for 2 pounds. That's a lot, but we'll drop it in here for you guys. Well, Lisa, thank you for being here, dear. She's got to run to get ready for church. Check it all out tonight. Yes, don't forget tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Chris, Victor, and myself all hanging out. Let's see. Evelyn says, my first beef gelatin I got in Amish country. That was good and super cheap in comparison. Nice. One of my favorite commercials is there's these two guys stranded on the side of the road, and they're having car trouble, and they're stranded on the side of the road, and an Amish guy rides up, and he offers them a ride, and they're eating Slim Jims, and he goes, so what's it like living without the internet? And he goes, your mom has to send me pictures through the mail. Which is funny because like they probably wouldn't want pictures either, but still hilarious. Still one of the bestest, extra, most specialist one that I've ever heard. You're stuffed with crap, Rick. What's stuffed with crap? You're stuffed with crap. Let's take a look at that poll. 95% of you call it stuffing. That's crazy. 5% call it dressing. 95% call it stuffing. I'm going to end it at 95.5. Oh, turkey is stuffed with crap. You know, we only do turkey once a year, really. I usually make 2 turkeys on Thanksgiving. Then we just have that leftovers for like a week or whatever. And Shander likes it. And we cook it up and we make it into things. And we just eat a lot of turkey. But yeah, I truly enjoy it. I like it a lot. I know not everybody wants to do turkey or whatever. Well, if you go and check out Chris's stuffing mix, Chris's stuffing recipe, and ask yourself, is that duck food, Chris? Or Rick? Ugh, Pickle Rick. Ask yourself, watch Chris's stuffing recipe, and let me know if that is. Heart attack turkey is the best. Deep fried turkey. I just cook ours in a turkey bag in the oven. It's just the easiest. Just put it in there for like 4 hours. I cook my turkey upside down. I stuff it full of about 1.5 pounds of butter, and then I cook it upside down in a turkey bag. Yeah, no duck food in his stuffing recipe for sure. We'll look and see what that is. All right, so this is the same link that Evelyn put up, but this is to my Amazon affiliate link. So if you want to check that out and buy some beef gelatin, it's 4 pounds. It's 4 pounds for $38. That's a lot. You'll probably never, ever, ever need beef gelatin again. But there you go. But yeah, oil is not for cooking. You'll have that. One, two, three. Look at me. Yeah. Rick, your cat hates you. Well, I mean, you are a special breed of person, and you're going through recipes like nobody's business. But 4 pounds of gelatin really should last you a really long time for the average person. I mean, of all the seed or nut oils, peanut oil's got to be one of the better ones, isn't it? Because peanuts are very greasy. So you would think that like that would not be so bad. Like I know our fair runs on peanut oil. So I mean, I mean, most people will have like a single box of gelatin packs that'll last them a decade. I make 5 gummy jars a week. I've gone through at least 2 pounds already. Yeah. Well, then make sure to order it from my Amazon affiliate link. I would greatly appreciate that. So I can make 15 cents a week. Yeah, I mean, Ben Azadi, he has a weird take on things like the whole idea of cooking doing like 14 eggs a day in ghee or whatever instead of tallow or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. And I know he's a smarter person than me, but I don't know. Peanut oil is highly inflammatory. I'm sure. But if you're just cooking a turkey in it once a year, and it's a lot cheaper, because realistically, buying enough of that oil to cook a turkey in, it's got to be cheaper to buy peanut oil than it is to buy tallow, unless you're rendering your own tallow and you're getting it free from Costco. So I guess Costco will, if you call ahead, you can get free, basically fat chunks from Costco. Call ahead, 5, 10, 20 pounds, whatever you think you'll render in a week or a month or whatever. And they'll give it to you if you're ready to render. But Costco will give it to you for free if you call ahead. If that could be a video opportunity, Chris, how to render your own beef fat. If you don't have it already, I know you got a bunch of videos and I haven't seen all of them, so you may very well already have a way to render beef fat or how to render pork fat or whatever. But just like saying, hey, Costco will give you free beef fat because they do all the trimming in house, and they give it away for free because otherwise they're going to throw it out. Or I think they probably make it to where a company picks it up. There used to be a company that would come and pick up all the oil and stuff. And my great uncle worked there, and it was disgusting. I went by one time to pick him up from work, and it was foul. Um, it was a company that would just go and pick up all the grease out of all the grease traps from all the fast food restaurants. Let's see. What I remember, peanut oil was pretty expensive. Plus, the cleanup after frying is always a no bueno. Well, usually you just do it do it out in the driveway or whatever. You even render fat on an engine? We would usually fry 3 or so. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it can make it worth your while, yeah. But I imagine that peanut oil versus like because you're gonna need gallons of peanut oil, right? Like what's the average amount of peanut oil you need? You need 3 quarts of oil for 12-pound turkey. Yeah. If I had a commercial deep fryer, I would just leave the cooking fat in. I would get beef tallow like Outback Steakhouse and just leave it in there and fry everything. Oh man, for real. Like, or even like an old fry granddaddy or something, you know? Just having all that room would be nice. Having like a deep fryer and just fry all your stuff up. I would make wings at home then, you know, like buy wings and just buy a deep fryer. That would be the jam right there. Deep fry everything. Well, yeah, we do fry on the stove, but it's just yeah, it's not as easy as if you do it because I've got a recipe. I want to make keto or it's basically keto or carnivore battered fish sometime soon. I've got the fish in the freezer. I just got to pull it out and fry it up. But you fry it on a portable grill. I don't know why I thought that said portobello. I thought you're like, I didn't know you even ate mushrooms, Rick. Deep frying isn't the problem. Consistent temperature is, and where to put the fat in the pot is the problem. I need another kitchen just for the gear, right? I finally switched over to a charbroil, big, easy, oilless turkey fryer. Runs on propane. Damn it, Bobby. And teach you about propane. Let's see. Propane, it cleans up much easier. Maybe you should. You'd start talking to all the ducks and they'd talk back. The iguanas would be like, quit eating me, man. Andy says, we have 2 air fryers and we use them almost daily. We just have the one right now. I kind of want to get a small little like tray one or whatever, like little like just for little small things to fry. But something that's easier to clean because the big Ninja one that we have is just impossible to keep clean. I don't even try anymore. It's just disgusting. That's why I don't even use it in videos. It just looks so bad. I know if I made a video with that, people the comments would be crazy. Like, do you ever clean that thing? I'm like, nope, not even. But I think I'm going to start winding this down. We're 2 hours and 55 minutes in. You haven't seen my face since about 3 minutes in. So you guys have probably enjoyed this a lot more than normal. Um, oh, the cats keep clawing the furniture. Oh, well, that's not fun. That's why we have like rugs all over the house, and we have like their little the little claw tower things, and they don't claw the furniture as much anymore now. But I am very much looking forward to this evening. I'm going to get some more stuff. I've got to edit that other thing and add the other sword, and I'm going to update some more stuff with my blue sky, whatever it's called, and get that going and see who I can follow and all the fun stuff with that. But I want to say thank you all so very much. Don't forget to visit ketosimple.shop for all your needs that you may need, even for the fall flavors that are back in stock: pecan sticky bun, maple waffle, waffle, eggnog, and gingerbread. While supplies last, you can get 10% off if you order through my link. If you set up a subscription, whether to a your choice box or to a surprise box, you can get up to 20% off your order, at least your first order or subsequent orders, depending on what you are ordering and how much you are ordering and how often how long you keep the subscription. but do that through my link. I would greatly appreciate that very, very much. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Anyway, there is a surprise flavor coming out very soon, so make sure to get your surprise boxes and set up for the opportunity to get early access to that or something. I think that's what that is. I could be very wrong. I should know this, but I don't. But anyway, take a look at all that. Order as much as you can. Again, I am a size 21 serving bag of Pecan Sticky Bun. If you so choose to do something kind to me for Christmas or the holidays, however you choose to look at it. But anyway, I love all of you. This is by no means updated. There are now 56 members. 56 members. And I thank each and every one of you for being members. Thank you so much to those who have gifted memberships today. Thank you to Cindy for the super chat. Chris and Sunny both for gifting a total of 25 Keto Symbol memberships. I can't thank you enough. Thank you for those watching over on Twitter. I truly appreciate all of you as well. I love you guys. I love my Sundays with you. Thank you so much. Until we see each other again on Tuesday, I love your faces. And that's the end.